Hey guys, my name is Maros and welcome to today's video, Masculine Leadership versus Impotent Energy. So there's a lot of spinning of the word toxic masculinity today. And generally the word masculinity, what masculinity should be like, what is toxic masculinity, how men are hurting women, especially when you look at Me Too. And there is a lot of social expectations and agenda and conflicting views on what men should be like, how they should behave like, and what you simply should be like in order to make other people happy. And I want to share today that my opinion on all this, that there is only one root cause of most of these problems. Actually, it's two, but it all comes back to one thing, and that's the problem. The entire problem of toxic masculinity is that men do not know what they want, and the second one is that men are nice and it's fake. They are pretending to be nice in order to be liked by others. So this is not an easy topic to talk about, because if I don't know what I want, and if I'm confused and I'm afraid to even look inside what it is that I actually want, I'm going to try to pick up on what other people want me to be, so that I play it safe, and so that I feel loved, so that they're happy with me, and nothing bad happens to me. But the problem of this is that if I keep doing this for long enough, eventually I'm going to become nobody. I'm going to become an empty shell of managing other people's expectations on me, and that's freaking exhausting. Because first of all, I have no idea what other people want, and I can only doubt unless I genuinely ask and have this conversation that sometimes risks stepping into tension. Unless I do all these things, I have no idea. It's only just in my head and in my imagination. And when this happens, when I don't know what I want, and I will try to manage expectations of others on me so that they're happy with me, so that I can be happy with myself, this leads to disaster. Because if I am a manager who wants to make my own team happy without putting myself out there, saying what it is that I want, I'm going to take on other people's jobs. I'm going to take on their responsibilities. I'm going to do jobs for them instead of them. I'm going to be mismanaging my time. I'm going to be unable to give constructive feedback, which actually is going to make the team better. So the whole team is going to stagnate, and everyone is losing. If I'm nice out of obligation because I have to be, and I suppress myself, everyone suffers. It's the same with women. It's the least sexy thing and the least turn-on thing for a woman to be able to stomp upon the man's head. To be just able to do whatever she wants, to test him, when she tests him, to see how confident he is, and he just accepts, and he's accepting, and he's accepting, and he's accepting in the name of love, even though inside he's angry. Inside he's raging. But he gave himself such a massive restrictions to show this, to even feel this, to connect with this, that he doesn't even have any idea. He just feels uncomfortable, a little bit uncomfortable. He doesn't quite know what it is, but it's there. So he's just nice again and again and again. And then a moment comes when it's just too much, because he can't bear it anymore, and he explodes. He goes into an anger outburst. He just yells at her, or he sends her an angry message with all this repressed shit that's been accumulating there for this long period of time. And then she's surprised. But where did this come from? And he is surprised because he lost control. Now he believes he's a failure. So what he believes that he's going to have to do the next time, he's going to have to try harder. He's gonna have to love her even more. He's gonna have to accept her even more. All these tests that she does, where she's craving that he puts her in place, metaphorically speaking, where he tells what he wants and he finally shows his leadership. No, he's not gonna do none of this. He's gonna be nice. He's gonna be nice so that she's happy. Because when she's happy, he can be happy. Because when she's happy, it means that he's good enough. If she's happy, that means that he's a good husband. Who gives a fuck that he has no idea about his vision, that he has no idea about the future, that he has no vision for his family, for his business, for his finances, for his dreams? There's no adventure in his life. He's just walking around being nice. The worst part of this is that he's actually not nice. This is the most bizarre thing from it all, because he's obedient. I'm nice when I decide to be nice. If I'm nice because I have to be nice in order to be accepted, in order to avoid emotional tension, that's not niceness. That's manipulation, and that's obedience. But because I have no idea I'm doing it, because I have never really defined what I'm actually doing, what I actually want to do with my life, I'm just gonna make myself feel good about myself by saying I'm nice. It's my value, you know? It's my value to be nice, to sacrifice my needs and give everyone what they want and completely ignore myself, because one day I'm gonna do enough to get the same back. Well, guess what? That's a transaction, and that day might never come. It's actually very likely that they will never come. And then when it's not coming and the time goes by, this sense of entitlement is growing. And it feels like now I have to, now I deserve this. I'm going to just take what's mine. Or if I don't get what I want, which I might not even know what it is, but when I'm with women and I just feel somehow uncomfortably because she doesn't give me that thing that I want, but I don't even have any idea what it actually is, because I never said it to myself and to her and to anyone. Then I start to get this feeling of entitlement. You never listen to me. You never do this. You never do that. And even though logically there might be something about it, the truth is that the first person who never listened to themselves is the man itself. Is the guy who has been ignoring his own needs for ages. And you might be saying that for some men, it's actually, there is no other way, because that's how they were born, that's how they were raised, that's how they were conditioned, through upbringing, through parents, through school, through their environment. Well, no one cares. No one cares, literally. Why? Because it's no one else's responsibility to put their life together than the men who are facing these problems. And toxic masculinity, if I go back to what I was talking about in the beginning, the core of it is actually rejecting this responsibility for this. Rejecting responsibility for one's own future, for one's own shape of relationships, for one's own responsibility for one's own shape of career, and for everything in life. You are at the root cause of all your results that you are experiencing right now. You are at the cause of everything you're experiencing right now. And you are the only person that can change it. So when I talk about impotent dick energy, what do I mean by that? Impotent dick energy really comes back to what the word impotence means. Right? So you have a wish. You wish something works and it doesn't. You wish something works really, really hard, and this is metaphorically and literally, but it doesn't. So what do? You just shrug the shoulders. Yeah, maybe the next time, maybe it was just something. This is actually not the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that in order to deal with this pain, instead of solving it in the long term, you go for the short-term solutions, for the painkillers, which you can buy in the pharmacy. And again, I'm speaking literally and metaphorically. And that's impotence. Impotent dick energy is the feeling when you want to be the masculine leader in the relationship with your women. You wish you were, but you aren't. And it feels like there's nothing you can do. You wish to have a higher salary, but there's nothing you can do. You actually don't do anything, and you just somehow let it go. Continuing being frustrated and unhappy about it. Impotent energy is even when you're a father and you're afraid of your own kids. You're afraid of the rejection of your own kids because you're afraid that if you showed up as the masculine leader that you were born to be, you would be rejected. And at the root of all this is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. We all have that. There is no one on this planet that does not have that. Everyone has that. And it's your responsibility to deal with that fear. It's just an emotion. You can handle any emotion when you have the right tools and when you have the courage to face them. The reason why I work with men is that I was in this place once as well. And I was rejecting responsibility for my life for a very, very long time, and it was painful. And it was by far more painful than facing the shit that was stored in me. And thank God that I've stumbled upon the right people and I've stumbled upon the right techniques that I could move on from the impotent energy where I was towards the masculine leadership, towards which I'm going today. So if you feel like you are struggling with this, if you feel like you want to be more of your masculine, you want to live more of your masculine and step into this leadership place in business and in your love life, then the first thing to really do is to get clear on what you want. Get an absolute certainty of what it is that makes you tick, that makes you excited, that makes you want to get your ass out there and go into the adventure. And face the fear, face the tension, and eventually come back stronger. That's the clarity. When you have clarity, the second thing you need to know is to know what exactly is actually preventing you from doing that today, from being the leader, because from being the masculine leader, because everyone has different shit. Everyone had different parents. No one had perfect parents. Everyone had a different culture, and everyone's structure of the ego is super unique. So once you know what's your thing, you can finally start dealing with it, but not until you're clear on what it is that you want. Because if you start solving problems, but you don't know where you're going, you're going to be stuck with the problem forever. And when you know what is your outcome and what it is that you actually want, what makes you tick, what's coming from the inside, you know what's preventing you to get it. Now you know what is the destination you want to put in your navigation system, and you also know where you're going from. And from this, you can finally calculate the third thing, which is the step-by-step journey how to get there. And if you want to do these three things, then here's what I have for you. If you go to buymaros.com/book now and you book a session with me, that's exactly what we're going to focus on. What it is that you actually want, that's coming from inside you, that makes you tick, that makes you feel good. What is your current situation? What are your specifics of your structure of the ego that's preventing you from achieving that? And the third thing, we're going to craft a step-by-step game plan how to get there so that you know exactly what you have to do. So if this is you, go to buymaros.com/book now and book the session today, and we can speak soon. Bye.